Good day everyone and welcome to another episode of Nigeria, where reality and press statements sometimes live in different countries. Because while many Nigerians were sleeping peacefully, insurgents were apparently running well-coordinated midnight operations in Borno State. The attack left at least 18 soldiers unalive, including a Brigadier General commanding the 29th Task Force Brigade in Benisheikh. The attackers are believed to be fighters from the Islamic State West African province ISWAP. Well, the midnight operation, according to reports, the insurgents launched a coordinated attack across several locations, including Pulka, Ngamdu, and Benisheikh. Let's pause. Multiple towns, diversion tactics, heavy weapons, midnight timings. At this point, the insurgents are running operations that look less like random attack and more like a military strategy class presentation. Meanwhile, the rest of the country is still trying to understand how attackers can move in large numbers without anyone noticing until the shooting starts. And even while the shooting starts, how much of a response do we get immediately? They say it was a diversion tactic. The attack in Ngamdu may have been a diversion to stop reinforcement from reaching Benisheikh, which means while attention was focused on one direction, the real battle was happening somewhere else. That's not chaos, that's planning, which raises the uncomfortable question Nigerians keep asking. If the attackers can coordinate like this, what exactly is happening on our intelligence side? The equipment collection is another saga. Another detail from the report says the attacker destroyed several military vehicles and carted away others. Carted away? At this rate, insurgents might soon open a logistic company, ISWAP Motors. At this rate, insurgents may soon need a fleet manager because every time they attack a base, they seem to leave with equipment upgrade. And then there's another tragic layer. Because the Maiduguri-Damaturu road is usually closed at night for security reasons, some motorists traveling late had to stop and sleep at Benisheikh town. Unfortunately, that same town became the battlefield where the insurgents arrived around 1 a.m. Vehicles were burned, passengers were reportedly killed. Imagine surviving Nigeria bad road, surviving fuel scarcity, surviving high cost of transport fare, surviving transport union, only to accidentally check into a war zone for the night, and some people lost their lives. Very sad reality. Well, and on top of this, we have the recruitment reality still going on. And here is where the story becomes even deeply ironic. At the same time these attacks are happening, the Nigerian army is calling on young Nigerians to enlist. Recruitment sensitization are going out, announcements are being made, but young Nigerians are watching the news and asking one simple question. Are we joining an army or applying for a very dangerous internship? Because morale is not built with slogans. Morale comes from confidence that the system protects the people inside it. Look at what happened in Iran and US, where US have to send troops, plane, just to rescue the person that was left behind. Well, that's the painful truth. A brigadier general, officer, soldiers, and civilians lost their lives. This attack is part of a recent wave of coordinated strike across Borno State, including previous bombing in Maiduguri that killed dozens, which means the insurgency everyone was told has been technically defeated is apparently still holding very active midnight meetings. Communities across Borno State have lived with this conflict for more than a decade, and every new attack reminds the country that the war many people thought was fading away is still very real. It's still very real. So here's the national question before I wrap up. If the insurgents can organize multiple town midnight attack, coordinated diversion, and live with military equipment, then the real battle may not be on the battlefield. It may be about strategy, intelligence, and trust. Because right now, it looks like one side is playing advanced chess and the other side is still trying to recruit new players for the ball. It feels very sad. I feel like crying, but I won't cry. Leave a subscription to support this page and join me in the next episode. I rest my case on this one. Very painful reality we face in Nigeria.